So in the previous video, we saw how we can gain interpreter session on the target machine. And today I'm just going to show you a few things that you can run or do with your interpreter session. Now again, as I said before, people take full courses in order to learn how to use Metasploit. So for today, we're just going to have a quick look and quick hints on the things that you can do. Most important thing, keep in mind, you can always just type in help and it'll show you all the commands that you can run. So that's a really helpful thing, and then you can see what you can do. So the first thing I'd like to do once I'm inside the system, I'd go sysinfo just to get the information of the current system to get to know it. So now we can see that the computer name is Zeus, it's running Windows 8, x64, and then the interpreter is 32. The system language is English US. You can also do an ifconfig to get the interfaces and get their IP address and all that. So we can see that it's using a USB wireless card. We can see the MAC address, we can see the IP address. So all this is useful depending on what you want to do with the target machine. Now we can see that we have another interface here that is not connected. We have another interface, so this is a wired interface. Again, we can see its IP address and its MAC address. So another interface right here. So this is just kind of useful information that we can see of the target machine. What also you can do is you can see what's your working directory. Where are you working right now? So we're in C users, and this is the username that we hacked. Also, you can list all the directories and the files that you have using ls, so list. So that'll list all the directories that exist in C users and then the user that we're in. And we can see this is all the files that exist and directories. So let's say you want to go to desktop, you can go cd desktop. Now if you do pwd to see the working directory, you see you're in desktop. So we're going to do a list to see all the files that exist in desktop. And as you can see that there's nothing really except for desktop.ini. Now let's say this file is an important file that you want to read. So you can just read it using cat command. Now all these commands again are in the help, so you can just go through the help and see them. And now you can see what desktop.ini contains. Now let's say you want to download this file and save it to your hard drive. You can just do download desktop.ini. And it's downloaded it now for me. So if I go into my into my home folder, as you can see I have a file called desktop.ini. Let's say you want to upload something. Now again, I have a file called z.txt and has nothing, just has AA. I'm gonna upload this file, but in practice you'd be uploading more dangerous things like viruses, keyloggers, reverse shells, stuff like that. So for now we're just gonna upload something simple. So we're gonna do upload z.txt, and now the file is uploaded. If we do a list, we can see it right here. If we do a cat to make sure that it was uploaded properly, we'll see that it actually contains AA. Now if this was an executable, you can execute it using execute, and then you put the file name, which is z.txt. Now this will give me an error now because it's not an executable. It's saying it's not a valid Win32 application, but if it was, it'll execute it on the target machine. Now this is just like file handling, uploading, doing stuff like that. Let's go again on the help and see what else we can do. So again, you can even get scripts and you can get plugins that you use with Meterpreter. I'm not going to go through them in this course. So let me see what else. So you'd be using the use and run to run plugins or load plugins. So these were the commands that we were using, the file system commands: cat, cd, upload, download. You can make directories, you can remove using rm, search. So basically you just put the command name and run the command that you want to run. You also have your network commands right here, so you can type in ARP to get the ARP cache or display interfaces and all that. We saw ifconfig how to display the interfaces. These are the system commands, so we use the execute to execute an executable. You can clear event log. you can get the process number that you're working right now in. You can get the user ID. So if you do a get PID, it will show you the process that you're working in. You can do a PS to see all the processes that's running right now. And something cool that you can do, so because you're running now on this process, so 3788, and you can see that it is a suspicious thing, so it's called PowerShell. What you can do is you can do a migrate, so you can migrate to a different process that is less suspicious than the process that you're using right now. So what we can do is we can look for explorer.exe, and as you can see that it is running on 2928. So in order to migrate to that process, we're going to do a migrate to 2928, and this will basically move our shell from PowerSploit into explorer.exe. So let's get PID, and as you can see that we're actually running now through Explorer. If someone looks at the processes, we're going to show up as if we're running from the Explorer, not from the PowerShell. We saw the sysinfo, and steal tokens will attempt to steal the token. You can use shell, which will give you a command shell. I'll show that to you later. It'll basically just give you a Windows command shell. You can run Windows commands through it. You can kill processes, you can do reboot, you can modify registry. So you can just keep playing around with it and see what you can do. So let's have a look on this option. So this will basically allow you to start a keylogger, which will record any key strike typed on the keyboard. So in order to do this, it's really simple. It's just key scan start, and that will start recording any key strike I put on my target computer. So I'm gonna go on, say for example, google.com. Actually, let's go to Gmail, and let's try to sign in. Now, it doesn't matter if it's using HTTPS or if it's using the latest security, because it's going to record our physical keyboard strikes, so it doesn't matter if it's using HTTPS or not. It's actually not sniffing anything. So let's put the password as 1234567 and I'm going to come back here and do a key scan dump. And we can see that we went on Google, we typed in return. We went on Gmail, we typed in return. We went down, 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 up, return. Because I actually didn't type in zaid@isecurity.org, I just selected it from there. But we recorded the password was 123456778. And then we hit return. And now to stop this, we can just do key scan stop, and that will stop it. So you can experiment with this. There's a lot of other plugins that you can do. You can actually inject or upload Meterpreter sessions that work as services that will start every time the computer starts. So you can upload one like this and have it running in the background every time your target computer starts. So you will have access to it anytime you want. You can play with this. You can do a lot of things, that a lot of really cool and powerful attacks using it. But I'm not gonna talk about all of them again, because as I said, you'll need a full course for this, and this course is basically just talking about penetration testing using Android. One more feature I want to show you is if you just go on shell, it'll go into Windows shell. So this is a normal Windows shell, as you can see Windows. So you can run now Windows commands. So you can do dir to list stuff, you can do cd to cd. So cd ... you go back, cd ... again, then you can go cd users and do any Windows command that you want to do.